Never have I ever done a card with the blackout technique. Hey. As you can see by the intro, I have today. This is the first time I've tried it, so to see how I did this, I did not watch a video first. I just did it based on what I think it is. You'll have to let me know if this is how you do it. Share your best tips. Don't be shy. It's the blackout technique. That video is coming up next. I'm going to get started today with this embossing folder, Confetti Butterflies. So I thought this would be a good one for me, and I have not watched any videos. And the reason I tell you that is because I'm going to take a guess on how to do this. Now, you know what they say, the best of plans mislaid or something like that. All right, the first thing I need to do, obviously, is emboss my panel. So it doesn't really matter which side I do this on because you know, we're going to be ink blending in the recessed area. So let me run this through. This is my sandwich. It's the A plate and the folder, and I'm going to run that through. All right, when that comes out, you will see, oh, come on now, that I have my embossing. There's the front side and there's the back side, and this is what I'm going to blend into in order to try this blackout technique. So let me get set up with some inks and my grip mat. I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing, but let me get my brush ready because I'm going to do a rainbow, my favorite little blend, pinks into green. And I think I will work my way up the panel, and really I guess all I have to do is just, well, I don't even know, do I need small brushes? Maybe I could use bigger brushes. I was kind of thinking small, but if I'm doing the black over the whole thing, maybe I could just do this. All right, let's give it a try. Again, you learn by doing, and that's what we're doing here. We're going to get a little of that in. I feel like that could be there, but I'm going to bring a darker tone in here. All right, so we're just slapping it down. And maybe what you do is you come in sort of like after the fact with a little, I don't know. We're going to find out. Okay, because look at that. We're getting that color in there, down in the recession. You will have to let me know in the comments, if you do blackout, how do you do it? Because I'm sure there's more than one way to blend an embossing folder. All right, we're moving into orange, and I do want to overlap some of this. I mean, it could be really cool. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Ooh, that color is so good. Little overlap here. I don't know if I actually need 2 of each, but I just figured we're just gonna do it. I have a feeling this is gonna be so super inky that maybe at some point, right, you have to kind of step back and kind of let it dry, but we'll see. And maybe too, this is actually a really quick technique because of this, because you don't have to be, I mean, I'm not doing each butterfly individually. I don't want to. I just wanted it to be, you know, the random rainbow. Oh, come here. I need to clean my feet, and not my feet, the feet of my ink stand, because if they start to slip on your glass mat, just take a little spritz of alcohol and they'll stop sliding around like that. Just a little get in there. I guess there's not going to be much green, and that's okay. Overlap a little green and grab my green brush. I'm not sure what was on here last time, so I'm just gonna wipe that down and pick it up. Come on in here with that fresh green. I think I'm going to trim this down a little. I don't know yet. I'm definitely going to overlap here to get some of that in there. All right. Maybe that could be a little darker in there. Pick up some of that sage. There we are, zest. I think it needed a darker band. So right now it doesn't look like much, right? Well, I mean, it looks like a rainbow. But we will see. Now, I'm not going to do the black technique on here because I don't want all that ink on my grip mat. So let me grab just a scrap piece of paper. So this will be the moment of truth. I don't know if I'm about to turn this video off and stop recording. Okay, so I guess all you do is you keep it flat and you go, oh, oh, so that's what you do. Oh, that's just magical. Okay, okay. Is there a place I can put my finger without? Yeah, probably right there. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can press a little harder to get some of those other details. Oh, okay. I don't want my fingers getting all inky. Let's see if I can push that down enough to get some of that. Oh, that's what you do? Whoa. That's so cool. Okay, this is gonna have to dry quite a bit, but I have officially seen the ways of the black magic technique. Off camera, while this was drying, and I actually let this dry for about 2 hours. I had lunch, I did laundry, I did many things. I went ahead and stamped the smile and you make me, because I think I'm gonna do something like this for the greeting. And I embossed it in white and I cut out 4 layers. So see how thick that is? And I glued them all together. There's a die that cuts that smile out. I just thought I would save a little time. Now I want to see if this is dry. I think it is. I mean, look at that. A little ink still comes off. Why don't I hit this with the lower heat setting on here just to set the ink? I just don't want it to come off when I trim this. And also, I misspoke. This is not the black magic technique, because that's one that you do with like colored pencils, maybe, and white. There's something. Blackout. Is this called the blackout? What do you call this technique? Because clearly we don't know here. All right, let's take a clean piece of paper towel. I mean, it's still, you know what? I think I'm just going to have to do that, because look at the black that still comes off. That is so much. Okay, brought my paper trimmer in, and what I'm going to do is I'll just make sure that I wipe the blade off, which sounds scarier than it is, because I do want this to come in just a little over here so that that goes right to the edge. So let's go to, I don't know, 4, like that, because I just got, oh no, I want to preserve more of that butterfly. Okay, so like that. Flip it this way, and we're going right to the 4-inch mark. And then I think we'll come up here for the 5 1/4, right there. Okay, now just to be safe, I'm going to lift this blade. I'm going to take, well, no, I don't want to do that. I'm going to take some alcohol. I'm going to spritz some and double this up, and then carefully run it along the blade. The thing is, if you've left something, see how gentle I'm being? I'm not going to hurt myself in any way, shape, or form. Be very careful. These are very sharp, but that way the ink is off, and that is the panel that I want. Let me get some foam tape on here, and we'll pop this onto a note card and see how it looks. I'm going to make my note card here, and I thought it would be nice to do it on white because it'll give a nice contrast, and also I did the embossing in white, so that will be a nice bit of repetition. I'm not sure how the smile is going to look yet. I haven't sorted that out yet. Like, will it disappear too much on this, or will it be okay? You know, because it's a funky look. I'm going to tape it closed, right like this. I like my cards to stay nice and flat, and because this is just going to have a small little margin. Okay, and that, see that? It's just going to be a little white around the edges, so you do get the full scope of the font. You know, should I have cut it smaller? No, it's too late. Too late to turn back now. we're going to have all that panel. You know, I like to cut it a little lower or a little smaller sometimes, but here we're just going to let it go in all its glory. I'm going to stand up and I really have to look straight down over this so I can see the margins. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, that looks good. I still don't want to press on it a whole lot because I think that it really does still need dry time. I mean, that was a lot of ink. So we're just going to do that. Oh, but it is cool. Okay. Then somehow we're going to pop in the smile. And I think I'm probably just going to do this at like a little angle so that that's right over the top. It's kind of fun. And see, the smile, it definitely has enough lift. It's not perfect. It could be a little higher, but I think that's kind of a cool look coming up and out of the black. So let's put that down first. And again, I'm just going to use little daubs of glue here. And it should sit on this just fine because there's no popped up embossing. It's all debossed. So that gives you a much flatter surface to place your greeting. I like this at an angle. I like that it's going to overlap some of the butterflies. I'm coming down even more here, kind of like that. And let's just let that here. And then we'll add this one as well. I'm going to grab my tweezers for this. I also glued 4 layers of cardstock together here. So there's a lot on here to kind of give it that little bit of pop-up from the surface. I don't know if I'm going to put anything else on here because there's just so much going on, but I like the idea. Maybe, oh gosh, I don't know where to put the greeting. I kind of like it just here at the same kind of an angle, like that. I think that's the same angle, isn't it? Visualize that for a second. You are there and you need to come down a little more like that. Oh, I think that's fun. Now that's a little separate from this, but I think if I put just a few little pearls on this, it'll finish it perfectly. Yeah, we'll just find some. We'll put maybe one in there. We're going to work with the mediums and the smalls of the black ones. These are from Gina K Designs. I love these. I love this mix because, you know, you can have 3 different colors, which is awesome, and 3 different sizes. So let's pop you down here. Come on. Flip it the right way. You have a 50-50 chance. Sometimes I just look for the ones that are already flipped. You'll come down here and one more medium one right there. So it's just a little, it just adds a little more something, but it's very subtle. I still think it's cute, so we're going to pop this down, and this kind of fills in that little space there. Although, should it be more like that in there, and then that's there, and then that's, oh gosh, I'm overthinking, and that is not required. Okay, so a little glue over here and a little boop, gluing these down. And is it me, or is, oh, that was way too much glue, or are we getting a Spencer Gifts blacklight poster vibe? Because if you were old enough and if you had a blacklight poster in your room, I think I can guess when you went to high school. I asked my husband earlier today, did you ever have one of those? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, of course you did. All right, I'm going to sweep some of that off with my craft pick. It's going to dry clear, so don't worry about that right now. I say as I'm trying to desperately scrape it off. I just sometimes get too much glue down. But once it adheres, but see, it slides around. We got this. We got this. Okay. A little positive self-talk, never a bad thing. That is my blackout technique, and that is funky, messy, and fun. Let's do a quick design review. So I'll bring in my little overlay so we can talk about our positioning of elements. This is my rule of thirds grid, and it's really just a compositional guide to look at where things fall here. And we have the smile touching on both of those little intersecting points, shift it off a little bit to the right. So that's a nice placement for the greeting. And of course, we have the little super greeting up here, and these really are lining up in these two columns of space. Now the background just kind of fills up the whole design, right? We have a little narrow margin of white here, and I can take that out of the way. So here we have our rainbow order. They're basically analogous colors, just means they run into one another on the color wheel. We have our super blackout background, and that matches with the black cardstock here and the black embellishments. We also have our You Make Me and Smile in white, and that's just picked up a little bit by the edge. So you can kind of see if I had taken this in another 1/8 of an inch on all sides, I think that could have been cool too. But I know a lot of you sometimes think, Kathy, why do you cut so much off? I know. So consider this a blackout technique for the win. Will I do this again? Well, time will tell. But you'll have to let me know in the comments. Have you done this? You can find links to all of the products from today's video in the YouTube description box. I'll also have a blog post with photos and more information as well. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here is another video in my Never Have I Ever series. This one's very old, but I'm telling you, there's things I haven't done. So be sure to check that one out as well. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.